Welcome to Family First Life, the Rogue IMO. My name is Stephen Yee. I'm going to be spending the next 20 minutes going over the agency overview with you. Family First Life was created in December of 2013 by agents for agents. This is our president and CEO, Shawn Meaike. What makes Shawn different than the other CEOs in the industry is that Shawn was an agent who personally issued over $800,000 worth of insurance by himself in a calendar year. While he was an agent, he ran an agency of over 30 agents, issuing over $700,000 a month worth of insurance. He currently has a mission right now to change the entire insurance industry. Shawn said, "My goal is to have an army of men and women who have bigger bank accounts than any agents in the history of the industry." And how does Shawn plan on doing that? Simple, by being the Rogue IMO. I've once heard billionaire Mark Cuban say, anytime he enters an industry that has done the same thing for over 20 plus years, he goes in and does the exact opposite, and he tries to disrupt the entire marketplace. In the last few years, there have been many companies that have achieved that. Think about how Netflix disrupted the movie industry. Think how Airbnb disrupted the hospitality industry. Think how Uber and Lyft disrupted the taxi industry. Think how Amazon disrupted the retail shopping industry and many more. Now, when it comes to life insurance, I want you to think of Family First Life. What the entire industry does, Shawn created Family First Life to go the exact opposite direction. Normally, when it comes to compensation, everybody starts you off at a 25 to a 40% comp, and then they max you out at about 100 or a 110. Family First Life starts you at 80 and maxes you out at 140. We are proud to say that we are known as the highest paying IMO in the industry. Now, when it comes to renewals, every other IMO makes you work 5 to 10 years before you get your renewals, and once you leave, the IMO keeps them. At Family First Life, you're vested at day one. What does that mean? That means if you build a business today and leave tomorrow, your business stays with you. Let's talk about compensation. According to Limmer, the average agent in the life insurance industry does $43,000 a year. The average agent at Family First Life, $115,000 a year. Now, even the training and the trainers are different. Many of these trainers and other companies haven't been in the field in years, or some of them haven't even been in the field at all. They sit behind a desk and tell you what to do, even though they have no idea how to do it. What's worse is they make you pay for training, and they make you go to trainings like every single week. Here at Family First Life, only the $20,000 a month producers and above are allowed to train. We don't do the weekly meetings. We have the quarterly regional trainings across the country, and we have a national conference once a year. All of our trainings are free. Now, how you generate business is very important as well. Some of these IMOs give you leads that are 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, or even worse, they make you talk to your friends and family about insurance so that when you go to the next Thanksgiving party, all your friends and family try to stay away from you. With Family First Life, you don't have to do that. We work with 15 different lead vendors, and we have tons of exclusive fresh leads for agents who are hungry to run business right now. Now, most of the companies ask you to pay to join their company. They have what we call an initiation fee. At Family First Life, you pay $0 to join to work with us. A lot of these places tell you that you're a quote-unquote independent, but once you contract with them, they don't want you to work with anybody else. Or if you ask to leave, they'll hold you contract hostage, usually for 6 months. With us at Family First Life, you sign no contracts. If you were to join us today and leave tomorrow, we would sign a release usually within 24 to 48 hours as long as you have no debt. Now, with that said, talk is cheap. Let's actually see the numbers since the numbers don't lie. Any chart that goes up and to the right is usually pretty good, unless it's your weight or cholesterol, right? Family First Life was created in December of 2013, so in our first full year of insurance, we did $22 million issue paid. The following year, in 2015, we doubled and more and did $57 million. In 2016, $80 million issue paid. In 2017, $100 million issue paid. And last year, in 2018, over $161 million issue paid. Now, I want you to understand this. Most IMOs, when they show you figures like this, they show you their submit numbers. What they submit to the insurance company and what actually gets placed and paid out is two different things. You can submit $150 million worth of business, but if only $70 million of business goes through, then you only issue $70 million. We at Family First Life issued over $160 million last year alone. Now, one question that we get often is, since Family First Life did $161.4 million last year issue paid, how well did the agents do? Simple. Here you go. Over 190 people issue paid over $100,000. Over 80 agents personally issued over $200,000. Over 30 agents issued over $300,000. Over 12 agents issued over $400,000. 6 people issued over $500,000. Our top 2 producers issued over $600,000, with our number 1 producer personally issue paying over $750,000 by herself. Now, all these numbers are personal issue paid. Most of the agents producing these numbers are at around 100% comp or above. Now, why do I say that? Because you might issue $100,000 worth of insurance, but you're at a 60% contract. If you're issuing $100,000 worth of insurance at a 100% contract, you're basically getting paid twice as much. So who are we partnered with? Family First Life has partnered with over 15 insurance companies who are A-rated. Our number 1 carrier is Americo. They pay the best. They give great bonuses. And not only that, they have very, very good products. We also partner with companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, AIG, John Hancock, and many, many more. And with those insurance carriers, what type of insurance do we sell? Well, we work in 4 sectors. The first sector is final expense. In final expense, we often use a simplified issue whole life product to help cover our senior clients' funeral and burial expenses. Majority of our carriers will be able to approve our clients on the spot while you're in the home with them. So before you leave, you can shake your client's hand and let them know they've been approved for coverage. The second sector that we work in is mortgage protection. In mortgage protection, we help clients protect their mortgage by paying off their house in case of a death or a disability. We also protect the equity that they have inside the home. Many times we use our ROP products to help pay off our clients' home early and save them tons and tons of money in interest. We also work with advanced market sales, which is basically IULs and annuities. We use IULs to help build cash flow for our clients. We use fixed index annuities to protect the assets that our clients have and eventually turn on pension-like income. We also do Medicare supplements. Basically, we help our clients over the age of 65 cover their Medicare expenses. You need to have a health insurance license to do this and AHIP. But this is the life insurance and health insurance license that you're required to have in order to sell with Family First Life. Now, we talked about earlier how generating business is a very crucial thing. How do we generate business here at Family First Life? Well, we work with 15 different lead vendors who specialize in these types of leads. The first type of lead that we work is what we call a direct mail lead. A direct mail BPL, which stands for buy per lead system, for mortgage protection and final expense, means anytime a client fills out a handwritten form, sends it back to us, the lead vendors will charge anywhere from $30 to $60 per lead. The second type of lead that we use is what we call mail drops. Very similar to direct mail, we take 1,000 pieces of mail and drop it in accounting, either for mortgage protection or final expense. Now, whatever the clients send back, it's all for you to keep. So these mail drops range anywhere from $450 to $650. The next lead is the fastest growing lead right now in our entire company and in the industry, in my opinion. Family First Life has partnered with multiple lead vendors. Right now, we have 3 lead vendors that do Facebook final expense leads. And the reason why we like these so much is because final expense leads are generated really, really quickly when you do it through Facebook and social media. The other thing is it's the cheapest lead because it's $15 to $25, but we can place an order and fill the entire thing within 24 to 48 hours. It's the easiest way and the quickest way that brand new agents are getting started and making money fast right now in our company. We also have internet leads where clients go online and request information for quote unquote life insurance. These leads range from $15 to $25 as well. There's a lead that we haven't talked about that isn't listed on here called CRM cherry pick leads. These are leads that are for agents that can't necessarily afford these type of leads, but we have aged leads that are $1, $3, $5, $8. And what happens is these are leads that most agents haven't necessarily closed business on, but they're a little bit aged. And when we say aged, we don't say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. We say 1 month, 2 month, 3 month old leads. And with these leads, a lot of agents use the CRM cherry pick leads, also with Facebook final expense leads, and they blend both of them together in their first month or two, and they're able to generate $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth of business and eventually be able to invest in all types of leads. Now let's talk about the most important slide in the presentation, our compensation and how you get paid. On the very left, you'll see what we call a producer contract. This basically means that you can earn anywhere from an 80 to a 110% comp on your own efforts. Now, if you don't want to build an agency and you just want to write, you can write your way all the way to the top. For example, if you write $20,000 a month, back-to-back issue paid with 0 agents on your team, you can earn a 100% comp level. And the beauty of our comp plan is you'll never go down once you hit a level. So let's say you hit the 100% comp level and the following month you do not issue $20,000 a month, you'll never drop back down to 95 or 90 or 85 or 80. You'll stay at 100% permanently. Now, in order to achieve a comp above 110%, you would have to enter what we call a builder's contract. This basically means you and your agents go out every single month and protect a ton of families. If you and your agents write over 150,000 issue paid business 2 months in a row, you will be what we call a vice president and at the 120% comp level. In order to receive a 140% comp, you and your agency have to write $350,000 worth of issue paid business 2 months in a row. Now, unlike most IMOs where they make you have a specific type of structure where you have a certain amount of bubbles of people, and what happens is you can't take no more from this line and you have to have 3 and they have to help another 3 to go up. Family First Life doesn't work that way. You can either personally write or help your agents write business, and as long as your total volume is properly distributed, you will move all the way up in the comp. We don't require you to have a specific amount of agents. We don't require you to specifically have agents at a specific level as well. We just require you to hit the volume of production in order for us to pull you up. Now let's talk about the part-time agent with Family First Life. If you're a part-time agent, let's just assume your contract level is at 85%. Let's talk about your annual premium. Let's just say that you are writing $60 a month, which is what we call $720 of annual premium. Your commission would be about $459. But follow me on the bottom left right now. Let's say you're a part-time agent. We're going to suggest that you're going to buy Facebook leads and probably CRM leads. Most part-time agents run Saturday and Sunday because they're probably working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Now, on Thursday and Friday in the evening from 5 to about 8:30, we're going to ask you to dial the phone and book appointments to run on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to tell you to book at least 5 appointments a day so you have 10 appointments to run that weekend. Okay, so if you see the bottom where it says 10 total appointments, let's just assume that 3 people don't show up because they forgot about the appointment. Okay, that means you have 7 opportunities still to sell insurance. Out of the 7, let's just say you closed 3. Let's see how well you do. So let's go to the right side of the bottom. Your contract level is 85%. You sell a policy at $60 a month, $720 annual premium. The insurance company pays you $720, multiply that by your contract level, which is 85% for a total of $612. But 99% of insurance companies pay you what we call a 9-month advance or a 75% advance. So you take your commission level, which is $612, and you multiply that by 75%, which is $459 up front. Now you're asking, well, what happens to the other dollars that they owe you? They're going to pay you $51 during months 10, 11, 12, which will total up to $612. So you'll get the whole thing, but you're going to get 75% of it up front. So let's talk about that number that we talked about earlier. You're only going to close 3 out of the 7 that you sat on, and you're only going to close 3 out of the 10 that you booked. So if you make $459 per policy, hypothetically speaking, and you sold 3 policies a week, that's $1,377 a week. You take that, you multiply that by 4 weeks, which is 1 month, that's over $5,500 a month. Multiply that by 12 months, that's over $66,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know very many gigs that you can make $66,000 part-time twice a week. Most full-time jobs in the United States right now doesn't even pay $66,000. Now let's talk about the full-time agent with Family First Life. Let's just assume that your contract level is at 95%. Your monthly premium is at $100 a month, or what we call $1,200 AP, not because you're running necessarily the same leads, but because you're better and you have all types of lead sources, okay? Your average commission, let's just say, is $855. I'll explain to you how we got that number later. But let's look at the bottom left. full-time agent. Because you're a full-time agent, you're going to buy all types of leads. You're not going to just work Facebook, and you're not going to just work CRM leads. You're going to work direct mail. You're going to work mail drops. You're going to work internet leads. You're going to work every lead that we have because you're a full-time agent. Now, most full-time agents run 20 to 25 appointments a week. So we basically say that's 6 appointments times 4 days in the field, or you can run 8 appointments a day, 3 days a week. Okay? So let's just say you have 20 appointments on the low end, and 5 of them don't show up because they forgot. Okay? So that means you have 15 opportunities still to sell life insurance to your clients. Let's just say you're terrible and you're god-awful, which I don't believe you can be, but let's just say it is, all right? Out of the 15, only 5 out of 15, so a third of your appointments want to buy, all right? Now let's follow on the right side of the page. Let's say that you're at a 95% contract level and you sell a policy for $100 a month, $1,200 AP. The insurance company is going to pay you $1,200 multiplied by your contract level, which is 95%, for a total of $1,140. The insurance company advances you, like we talked about, 75% of it up front, which is $855. The remaining balance, which is $95 a month, will get paid out in months 10, 11, and 12 for a total of $1,140. But let's just talk about the upfront commission right now. If you take $855, multiply it by those 5 clients that you sold, which is 5 policies a week, that's $4,275 a week. Multiply that by 4 weeks or 1 month, that's over $17,000 a month. You take that and you multiply that by 12 months, that's over $200,000 a year. Earlier, as you saw, we have a lot of agents that are doing over $200,000 a year. This is a hypothetical example, but full-time agents here at Family First Life do a lot better than this. Okay, you saw it earlier that we talked about. We had over 190 agents do over $100,000 last year. Over 80 agents issued over $200,000 last year. This is a prime example of how they did it. Now, the beauty of being in Family First Life is if you did $250,000, which is $250,000, you wouldn't even enter the top 50 in our company. And the reason why is because, like we always talk about, Family First Life is completely different. We're here to disrupt the entire marketplace. So let's talk about building an agency with Family First Life. Let's pretend that now you're very, very good. So you have 100% comp level and you hire an agent called Bob and you put Bob at a 90% contract level. So now you help Bob, your part-time agent, go out and write $10,000 worth of business and it gets issued. So he would make $10,000 multiplied by 90%, which is his commission level. Multiply that by the 9-month carrier advance. Bob would make $6,750 part-time. That's pretty good for Bob, okay? But because you help Bob get started, you help Bob with his phone script, you help Bob with his in-home presentation, you help Bob close the appointment and train him, the insurance company is going to pay you the difference between your position and his position, which is 10%. You'll get a check for $675. Now here's the question. How many Bobs do you want on your team? 5, 10, 15, 20? As many as you can get, right? The beauty of insurance is Bob did all the work. So between you and Bob, Bob's going to make the most money. But because you help Bob, you would get paid a little override for helping him. Now, one of the things that separates us and a lot of the IMOs is we have a great Facebook group that supports our agents. We have nationwide support from agents all throughout the country. Family First Life does a next level training webinar every single Friday. It's also posted in our group. You also get to connect with the top producers throughout the entire country and learn from their secrets. You also get to watch brand new agents or even veteran agents dial live on Facebook so you can literally learn from the best. My favorite part is you get to see the weekly submit numbers from the entire agency. But the most important piece of the entire Facebook group is that it has a positive environment that is very conducive for your success. Recently, we just developed an application called the FFL Go app. It's a website, but also an iPhone app to help agents with the following. 1, training videos. So all our training videos are condensed on one page. 2, our training podcast so that if you're driving in the car, you can listen to it. 3, you have all our lead vendors listed out on there. for the phone scripts for final expense, phone scripts for mortgage protection, phone scripts for hiring. You also have the carrier quotes and info. So you basically have access to quote all 15 carriers that we work with, their underwriting guides, and everything after that, like submitting business and who to contact. You also get hiring templates and a customer survey, which is basically a referral sheet that generates you more business. Now let's talk about the agency leadership that we work with here. Joe Miller, Vice President of FFL Freedom. Jack Yu, Executive Vice President of Family First Life Financial. Jack's agency does over $350,000 a month, and Jack is currently a $400,000 Hall of Fame producer, which basically means he sells $400,000 a year of insurance by himself. Albert Lau, Vice President of FFL Elite, one of the fastest agents to go to VP. Paul McClain, Board Member and Vice President of FFL West Coast. A board member is someone that has an agency that does over $1 million a month of insurance. Paul is also a Hall of Fame producer. We also have Andrew Taylor, another board member and Vice President of Family First Life USA. Andrew has the fastest growing agency in all of FFL. His agency is currently doing close to $1.4 million a month right now. And Andrew is very similar to Paul. He is a $400,000 Hall of Fame producer. He leads by example. We have Grady Polson, Vice President of FFL America. Grady also personally issued over $200,000 by himself in his first year with our company. We have Trey Honeycutt, Executive Vice President of Family First Life, Coast to Coast. Trey's agency is almost doing $400,000 a month right now. Trey's best trade is helping brand new agents get started quick and writing very, very fast. Last but not least, we have Zach Egan, Vice President of FFL Grow. He's the most recent agent to achieve the VP position in our entire agency. So wrapping up, get back to the person who invited you onto this agency overview. Let them know if you're an A, B, or a C. An A person is someone that says, I'm all in, send me the contracting paperwork and let's get started. The B person is someone that says, I'm in, but I have some questions. No problem. Our agents will answer whatever questions you have to see if it's a good fit. The C person is someone that says, see you later. This isn't for me right now, but stay in contact with me because it might be for me later on. If you're also interested but not a licensed agent, no problem. Family First Life has partnered up with ExamFX online training to help pay for your online pre-licensing study material. Usually it's $150, but we'll take care of that bill for you if you decide to come work with us. Once you pass your state test, we'll help you apply for your license, get your fingerprints done, get your errors and omission insurance, and we'll send you contracting paperwork and get you started as fast as possible. With that being said, thank you so much for jumping on the agency overview. My name is Stephen Yee. I look forward to working with you, and I'll see you at the top.